has issued a restraining order against the planned group from organizing, participating, or facilitating any political assembly, rally, meeting, or gathering within Bayelsa State for the purpose of celebrating or hosting Wiki. The injunction is a hearing and determination of the motion on notice on the 11th of April 2025. The rally was initially scheduled for April 12, 2025, and it was expected to commence at the Tombia roundabout, preceding the Oxbow Lake in Yanagwa. Now, Governor Dira Ngbongbo, thanks for joining us this morning on Let's Talk Nigeria.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Morning. Thanks for having me.
And we're going to be joined on phone by the Commissioner of Youth Development, Bayelsa State, Mr. Alfred Kemepado. He will be joining us later on phone, joining the program Let's Talk Nigeria this morning. So let's start with Barrister Faraboma Ngbongbo. Well, there was a court order last week, and hearing will be on Friday, right? That's 11th of April. And then the new associates, the convener, George Turner, is saying that he will go on with the rally. What's your take about these two parallel, decisions? The court deciding, restraining order, and then the other group saying we will go on.
Nigeria is run by laws as contained in the 1999 Constitution. And if you look at Chapter 4, people are guaranteed rights. Now, one of those rights is the right to assemble freely, as provided in Section 40. Any individual has a right to associate with any other people, for the person's interest,
Okay.
either to pursue a political course or to become member of a trade union, also to protect his interest, or to protect any other legitimate interest, provided it is not against the provisions of the Constitution. It is a freedom that is guaranteed by the Constitution. Now, those freedoms are also not absolute. If you look at Section 45, in the interest of defense, in the interest of public safety, in the interest of public order, in the interest of public morality, and also in the interest of public health, the fundamental rights can be derogated from. Now, there is already a court order saying suspend this event pending the hearing of the motion and notice. Now, a lot of people don't understand. Usually, via a motion ex parte, wherein the other party is not put on notice, you can get an order of court, and the court will give an order that put the other party on notice. The essence of putting the other party on notice is so that the other party will look at the content of the reasons for which the court has granted the order and put up his side of the story so that the court can come to a conclusion one way or the other. So that is the scenario here. An order has been granted, an interim order, asking for the suspension of the planned rally tied to 12. Now, I must make it emphatically clear that George Turner is a legal practitioner of many years. Is a legal practitioner of many years. So there is no way on earth that he would say he does not understand the content of the rulings of the court. If you have a contrary opinion, or you think it is as stifling as you consider it, there's nothing wrong. That is why you need to go to court and file those conditions or those grounds that you think reasonably convinces you that would lead to the violation of your rights on Friday, which is the 11th day of this head, despite a clear court order. As a legal practitioner, to my mind, doesn't sit in well. It does not sit in well at all for any Nigerian citizen, much more a lawyer that is called like this. Legality, understanding of the law, your standing of the law would dictate the line of conversations, and not a state, an intention to allegedly stand under the umbrella of the presidency to continue in the act. I do not think that sits in well. I do not think that sits in well.
So with this, because we know that everything we're doing is we are guided by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and also knowing that also we follow the laws of the land. Because if there's a court injunction, will it be a safe site for him to say that he's going against it? Because with it, we're looking at he's more or less like he's shooting himself on the foot in this matter.
That's where my concern is. If it were for a non-lawyer, tenant of all of this. Now, if he felt that his rally was, the rally was being truncated by reasons that were not justifiable, I expected him to have gone to court first. Because where you suspect that your right is about to, or is likely to be violated, you can go to court. You can go to court and file an order of the court restraining these people, institutions of government, or anybody that you consider to be a threat to the exercise of your right, and asking the court to make an order restraining them from interfering with the exercise of your rights. Now, at that point, they would have been on the defensive, saying this and this and this are the reason why that is what I expected if you feel that your right is being violated. Assuming but not considering that he took that line and the court had given an order, restraining these agencies of government, asking him to go ahead with the planned rally on the 12th, would it have been fair for the other parties to say that, it doesn't really sit in well. And my emphasis here is that the convener is a lawyer of many years. So he understands the principle. I do not think is right. What I would advise is that there is an opportunity for you to express your opinions via the motion or notice that I presume he would have been served by now on that 11th. Go and state your side of the story. But for whatever it is worth, do not run against the clear-cut provisions of the court as has been announced in an order. Now, he could also be in contempt of court if they choose to continue with that proceedings. And when you're in contempt of court, actions can also be taken to, compel a contemnor of a court order. And that will not really sit in well for anyone.
Hello, Mr. Alfred Kimempado.
Hello.
Good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, we lost him. We are trying to get the Commissioner of Youth Development, Bayelsa State, Mr. Alfred Kimempado, on the line so we could he could join the conversation. Yes, continue. But I want to ask you, Barrister Igwombo, look, do you think he is trying to jettison the court order? He's trying to jettison the court order and hanging his hopes on the Constitution, the fundamental rights of Nigerians, freedom of association, and then he wants to overlook and disregard that court order. Which one of them comes first? Court order, the fundamental rights? Good morning.
Hello?
Hello, good morning, sir. Hello. Honorable Commissioner, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us.
You are calling me on WhatsApp.
Yes. Good morning.
Is it not a radio interview?
Yes, of course, the radio interview. You're live now.
Hello?
You've joined the program. You're live on the program now, sir.
Can you call me on a regular call, or you want me to call on a regular call?
Okay. So we'll call you on a regular call so that...
Because, the network is not reliable.
Okay, good. We'll call you on a regular call in just a jiffy. Thank you. All right, so we'll call him on a regular call, and then, of course, he will now join the conversation. But meanwhile...
5 Golden FM. From the Niger Delta to the world. We set the standard. 97.5 Golden FM. Experience radio perfection. 97.5. Brightening Bayelsa, one broadcast at a time. 97.5 Golden FM.
Good morning, Honorable Commissioner.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us. This is Let's Talk Nigeria, and we are reviewing the ongoing debacle between the state